My name is Ameena Ghaffar-Kucher, and I'm a faculty member in the Literacy, Culture and International Education Division at the Graduate School of Education at UPenn, and I'm also the Associate Director of the International Educational Development Program. So I have an interesting personal background. I grew up in Hong Kong, and just before my 12th birthday I moved to Pakistan, and then I went off to college in Germany, and then I moved to the United States. And each section of this portion of my life, I guess, has been, I feel like it's compartmentalized by my schooling in some ways. And so this has given me a really interesting perspective on schooling in different countries, teaching in different countries, but also the experience of immigrants in general. It's really thinking about, how these different things connect for me is thinking about the experiences of immigrant children or migrant children, so I would include refugees in here as well, which has been a newer interest of mine, in schools, how teachers are responding to them, how kids are responding to them, how families are responding to schools as well, and experiencing different school systems. And I've done some work looking at, for example, bullying of South Asian American youth, immigrant youth, and just again looking at what kind of educational interventions, particularly curricular interventions or teacher education, professional development interventions might help with that. So those are just some examples of how I bring migration, teaching, curriculum, and school climate together. I think one of the things that distinguishes my work in some ways is that I have a much broader definition of what development is. That changes the way I fit into the field of development in some ways, because here I am in the United States, I'm of Pakistani origin, and a lot of my work is actually within the United States, but again working with migrant populations, whether they're forced migrants in the case of refugees or asylees, or voluntary migrants in the case of immigrants.